Hello, my amazing science students. Welcome to another Reach Science lesson. I am your instructor, Miss Rowe, and today we're going to be doing another chemistry lesson on matter. Our topic this time will be change of state. Are you ready? Let's jump in. Welcome back. Our objectives for this session will be to 1. State the processes involved in change of state of matter, defining the terms melting, boiling, evaporation, freezing, sublimation, and condensation. And 3. To explain change of state with reference to the particulate and kinetic theories. Now, to start the ball rolling, let us do a quick review on what we've learned so far. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. It exists in 3 states: solids, liquids, and gases. Now, our illustration right here shows the structure of solids, liquids, and gases. Solids tend to have a more regular pattern and the particles simply vibrate. Liquids have a little bit more energy than solids, and so the particles can flow over each other, while gases are free to move about wherever they wish. So matter can change from one state to another, and this generally happens due to the addition or the removal of heat energy. So how does adding or removing heat from a system result in a change of state? When we add heat to a substance, the particles in that substance are going to have increased kinetic energy. In our previous videos, we defined kinetic energy as the energy of motion. So, heat causes the particles in a substance to move even faster than they were moving before. When we remove heat from a substance, on the other hand, this is going to cause the particles in that substance to have less kinetic energy. What this means is that cooling causes the particles of a substance to move slower. In both of these scenarios, we can have a change of state happening. But let's look at specific states of matter and how heat will affect them. Adding heat energy to a solid will cause its particles to change their rate of movement from simply vibrating to being able to move about a little bit more freely. Therefore, when we add heat to a solid, the solid will change its state and become a liquid. This is the case for most solids. The change of state from solid to liquid is called melting. The specific temperature at which melting occurs is called the melting point of that solid. So we've just seen what happens to a solid when we add heat energy to it. What do you think is going to happen to a liquid if we continue to heat it? Adding heat to a liquid will cause its particles to also gain kinetic energy. Therefore, if heat is applied to a liquid, then its particles are going to move even faster than they were moving before. In most cases, this will result in a liquid changing state to become a gas. Liquids become gases due to the process of boiling or by the process of evaporation. The specific temperature at which a liquid changes to a gas is called its boiling point. So, we just said that a liquid becomes a gas by either boiling or evaporation. So, what is the difference anyway? When we boil a substance, we add heat to that system, and the addition of heat to the base of this system will cause the particles at the base to gain kinetic energy first. Because these particles will have increased kinetic energy, they will start moving faster and they will move from liquid state to gaseous state before the particles that are at the top. Consequently, bubbles of gas will form in the liquid and these will rise to the surface and escape into the air. Boiling, therefore, has gas formation occurring throughout the liquid. Evaporation, on the other hand, occurs at the surface. There is no need to apply heat to a system for evaporation to occur. The heat from the external environment will warm the surface of the liquid, and that will give the particles at the surface enough kinetic energy to move from being a liquid to being a gas. So, let us now see what would happen if we remove heat from a system. Now, in our illustration, we have a container with a gas, and that container of gas is being cooled. As we remove heat from a gas, this will cause its particles to slow down to a more moderate rate of movement, and the particles are going to move less freely. Do you think you know what's going to happen next? The removal of heat from a gas is going to cause a gas to become a liquid. The change of state from gas to liquid is called condensation. This is a process that causes the formation of clouds and rain. So, what's going to happen if we remove heat from a liquid? Pretty much the same thing that happened when we removed heat from a gas. Removing heat from a liquid will cause its particles to lose kinetic energy. This means that the particles in a liquid will begin to move even slower. They will continue to lose kinetic energy until they get to a point where the particles are only vibrating. What does this mean though? Removing heat from a liquid will cause it to become a solid. The change of state from liquid to solid is called freezing. The temperature at which a liquid starts to become a solid is called its freezing point. Let us now look at sublimation and deposition. Did you know that there are solids that do not become liquids when heated? In our illustration, iodine crystals are exposed to heat. When this happens, the iodine crystals move from being solids straight into the gaseous phase. When these gases are cooled, guess what happens? They move right back to being solids. Sublimation is a process by which a solid becomes a gas upon heating. When these gases are cooled, they will move directly into the solid state, and this process is called deposition. Okay, students, now we know that matter can actually change from one state to another with the addition or the removal of heat energy. This information can actually be summarized in what we call a phase change diagram. This diagram is actually a graphical representation of the entire change of state process. As you can see, a solid when heated will melt to form a liquid. A liquid, if heat continues to be added to it, will vaporize to become a gas. Now, the term vaporization simply means a change of state to gas. The liquid vaporizes. And we've already discussed that vaporization can occur by boiling or by evaporation. The reverse is also true, where gases can condense to form liquids, and liquids will freeze to become solids if heat energy is removed. So, with that said, do you know what time it is? It's time for our recap. So, what did we learn in this session? We learned that heat energy can affect the way particles will behave in our different states of matter. Adding heat energy causes particles to move faster, and as particles move faster and faster, it becomes easier for a change of state to occur. The reverse is true, where the removal of heat energy from a system will cause particles to move slower and slower, and that too can cause a change of state of matter. We have also learned that solids become liquids by melting, liquids boil or evaporate to become gases, gases will condense to form liquids, and liquids will freeze to form solids. We have instances where solids don't form liquids and gases don't become liquids either. Solids become gases by the process of sublimation, and gases go through the process of deposition to become solids. Now, I've given you guys a list of the key terms that we have used in our session today. You are at liberty to pause the video at this point and make a note of any of the words that are new to you. My aspiring scientists, we have come to the end of another video. I want to thank you all for watching. It is my hope that you learned something new today. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment in the comment section to give us some feedback on what you have learned today, or to ask us any questions that popped up while you were viewing the video. If you are not already subscribed to the Reach Educational Services YouTube channel, click the subscribe button. We have so many videos that you can view and so much information that you can learn. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.